Hijabs are expensive. People don't realize that when you're a Muslim woman, there's this huge burden just to clothe yourself and cover your head. I'm bringing you something that's not talked about very often. And I'm going to show you evidence from Muslim women as to just how much of a burden this can be. You have to go by these rigid style guides and you'll be amazed at just how much the costs add up. And I'm not just saying this. I've heard from a former Muslim woman that before she was Muslim, she could just go to Target and get a $5 pair of leggings and tank top and that was fine. That's all you need to spend to just cover yourself. You can go and pick up a couple of things and you're good to go. That's over. I'm going to show you just how bad it gets. Now look, a hijabi starter kit is like 150 US or more. You have to invest in all these various pieces of clothing. We're talking about a hijab, an underscarf, a scrunchie, magnets. There's a whole bunch of things you need just to get dressed. You can no longer just get up and go out and get dressed. There's a whole process now to going out. And I'm going to show you now actual Muslim women were upset about it. So in the hijabi subreddit, this woman posts, Assalamu alaikum, basically the title. I'm a revert who's slowly buying better and more modest clothes. And let me tell you, it's an uphill battle for my bank account. I love buying new hijabs and clothes that are modest, but it's so hard to find affordable options. I really want to get some new gym clothes that are baggier, but all of the sets I find online are $70 plus. And that's usually just for one piece of the set. If you want the hijab, pants, and top, that's usually like $150. Or cute abayas, $90 plus. That's a lot to drop for me. Any advice? Shukran, sisters. Right off the bat, she's pointing out this is an uphill battle. It's so expensive, it's difficult, it's like significant amounts of money just to cover your head, just to cover your body. Do you really think everyone has money like this? And for what? Just to please Allah and men? Let's remember why hijab exists. It's because a friend of Muhammad, Omar, complained to him that he could see his wives uncovered when they went to the call of nature. So he made this rule mandatory on all Muslim women. Muhammad was the insecure type and Allah was always there to save him and do what he wanted. Now, I have another hijabi here. She's talking about how she used to be so excited, but now she struggles and she doesn't feel beautiful wearing it anymore. Salam, everyone. I started wearing my hijab just before Ramadan started, and when I first put it on, I felt so pretty and was happy with my decision, so I wore it to work and kept it on throughout Ramadan. My mother didn't think I was serious about wearing it, and she told me to wear it after I'm married. I am the only one out of my sisters and close family that's wearing it. Lately, I haven't been feeling as pretty or beautiful as when I first wore it. I also only have 3 hijabs that I alternate between because I don't have money to spend on myself at the moment, only for bills. I do want to keep it on, but I don't know why I'm feeling doubt. So this woman, yet again talking about how expensive it is to get hijabs and how she only has 3 of them because she wants to save the money for bills. This is so limiting. How do you expect women to feel attractive, to feel feminine, wearing the same 3 things on their head every day? Or having to choose between spending all the money on hijabs versus actual things they need in life? Then you have this Muslim woman who struggles to buy abayas and hijabs in her town, which doesn't have a lot of Muslims in it. Notice again that she mentions money and the high cost. She says, I want to wear hijab event. I really want it. I have one abaya and some veils, more like scarves, which can't really be used because I only wear them on vacation because I live in the tropics and it's very hot in here. My clothes are modest, but I would need fake sleeves, meaning like long sleeves, stockings, and neck coverings to truly be a hijabi with my wardrobe. The problem with that is that my family hates the hijab. They aren't Muslim and I don't really have money. I bought my abaya with gift money, but I don't have any more money to go on a seamstress so I can have more abayas. And I know it isn't realistic to have only one abaya to wear specially because I have to do a lot of things throughout the week. My country has a very small Muslim population for its size, and most Muslim modest wear is ridiculously expensive. Inshallah, I'll be able to wear hijab soon, but it makes me sad. I'll have been Muslim for about 2 years now, and I still don't wear hijab. And half the reason it's so expensive is because it's a closed market. You're paying the halal tax, just like you do for halal food, halal finance. Everything halal is more expensive. And we're not even done yet. What about swimwear? A typical swimsuit would be like, what, 30, 50 bucks? But a burkini. This Muslim woman is asking, how many burkinis do you guys own? I would say the average person owns quite a few swimsuits, whether it be bikinis or one piece, but I was wondering how many swimsuits Muslim women own. I was looking to get a few, but they are quite expensive, and I can't just buy 5 or 6 like a person buying a regular swimsuit. I guess everything depends on how often you use it, but let's say I want to go on vacation, I'd have to find a facility to wash and dry my swimsuit every day if I'm using it every day. Look at these prices. This is an Australian website. The other one wasn't loading, so this is the one I found. They're like crazy expensive. You can probably not afford a bunch of these. If you're lucky, you get this average looking swimwear for like, this one is Australian, almost $200, right? Like that's what you get for like 200 Australian dollars. Exactly. Isn't this ridiculous and unfair? All this burden on Muslim women, not on men. There's complaints on this sub going back years. And I have a couple more to show you. This one is, anyone have any suggestions on where to buy decently priced prayer clothes? For reference, I'm in the US. Some of these sites are way too expensive. I can't justify paying some of these prices when I can get even better ones from the Middle East for so much less, but I need some now since I or no one I know is going there anytime soon. Another issue I have is height. I'm like 5'10 to 5'11 and I ordered it from Amazon, but I had to return because the skirt was too short. Okay, so this is again a problem for tall women because you have to wear, depending on how much hijab you want to wear. And then another one talks about how, women know these problems. Hijabis know. Former hijabis will know this. Hello, ladies. Salam. Where do you find your tops and tees for layering? Most of the US-based modest clothing lines are very expensive, like $45 per shirt layering pieces. On the other hand, a big box stores have very cheap tees that are really stretchy and see-through. Have you all had any luck finding non-transparent tops for a reasonable price? Yet again, the challenge is finding stuff that is affordable, that you can wear and use, right? Wear and use easily. But Muslims might argue, doesn't wearing modest clothing mean you don't have to worry about fashion anymore? You no longer have to please men's eyes, blah blah blah. Doesn't it mean you can save money now? No, because one, you need multiple abayas. Each are expensive. Let's take a look at a few examples. We already looked at this hijabi starter kit. Look at this Serenity embroidered umbrella abaya, 180 Canadian dollars. This is just one example. Another website, modest dresses from Faris, 100 US, 80 US, 80 US, right? Like 68 US, 82 US. Imagine having to buy multiple ones of these, 44 US. This is serious money we're talking about. Al-Hidi burkinis, we looked at this already, over $150 each. Then you have hot hijab, which has $30 hijabs, and then underscarves, which are like even more expensive than the hijabs, like 40, 50 bucks. Even if you don't care about fashion, you still need clothes for inside, like for example at weddings, like on the women's side, or around your husband, or going out with girls, etc. You might need nice clothes, not just these outside coverings that we're talking about here, but like actual nice clothes to wear. So you're not saving money, you have to spend all of this additional funds. And then you might need to hem or adjust them like this woman talks about because they're too long or too short or too wide. There's just more cost to it. It just never ends. How far do you go? Here are some of the things a hijabi might need, right? And as in that starter kit, abaya, khimar, undercap, pins, magnets, hijabs, scrunchies, potentially niqab depending on how religious you are, gloves, neck cover if you want to cover your neck if your shirt is a little bit low, arm sleeves as that woman mentioned, you need to wear, she called them fake sleeves but basically arm sleeves, and then you may need to replace these things as you lose them or if they wear out. Even if you buy modest Western clothes, you have the challenge that this woman has where they aren't halal enough because the back is cut out. My Muslim friends have all encouraged me to go step by step. I feel more comfortable wearing Western clothes, so I mostly wear t-shirts with a long sleeve shirt under them for looser t-shirts, or t-shirts with a loose jacket over them. I like borderline shirts or jackets, sometimes called jackets online lol, as they're usually long and loose enough that they work with most type of pants. Still struggling with dresses, as it's hard to find ones with long sleeves that don't have the back cut out or are so short they won't even work with leggings. So then you may have to buy underclothes, underskirts, depending on what you wear, because some abayas and skirts are sheer or see-through. Girls also want to feel pretty. Why can't I wear it with my back showing? Can you imagine all these barriers to wearing clothes? Wearing clothes every day. Going to the store and every single dress you look at requires an additional undershirt to even make it okay to wear. This is why so many women are complaining and so many of them stop wearing this stuff. Being a woman in Islam is a massive burden in every way. It took a former Muslim woman to point this out to me. Now that we know, we have yet another reason why we can say Islam is bad for the world. Thanks for watching. Please support the channel by becoming a channel member. Click on join now right there down below. This is super valuable to me and I really appreciate it. Or join on Patreon. Both are appreciated. Thank you to my current patrons and channel members for your continued support. I love you all. Thanks for watching. This is your friendly ex-Muslim Abdullah Samir signing out.